So here's a thought experiment for you. Oklahoma City is one of the most conservative metro areas in the United States. Donald Trump won almost 60% of the vote there 4 years ago. Imagine if the conservatives who presumably run local government in Oklahoma City sent an email to every African-American municipal employee telling them to report to a special meeting. Imagine that when those employees arrived, again, black employees only, nobody else allowed, they were informed that the fact they were black was deeply offensive. In fact, it was a kind of crime. And the only way to atone for the sin of their blackness was to apologize for it. Apologize for being born black, and then work to shed all traces of your black identity. Stop spending so much time around your black friends. Stop repeating things your black parents told you growing up. Start admitting out loud that you hate yourself for having black skin. Imagine if that actually happened in this country. What would you think of it? You'd be horrified, obviously. It's completely disgusting. It is immoral to attack people for how they were born. It's always immoral. And by the way, it's also illegal. The Justice Department would never tolerate something like that. The Civil Rights Division would shut down the program tonight and would bring criminal charges against the people who ran it. And you would applaud them as they did that, and we would too. So with that in mind, consider what is happening right now in one of America's most liberal cities, Seattle. 4 years ago, Hillary Clinton got 87% of the vote in Seattle. There aren't many places more loyal to the Democratic Party. Recently, the city of Seattle summoned its white employees, and only its white employees, to a meeting and then informed them that their skin color is a crime. The city called this anti-racism training. Events like it are taking place all over the country right now, in schools, local governments, corporations, the military. The city of Seattle named its training session Interrupting Internalized Racial Superiority and Whiteness. Chris Rufo of City Journal wanted to know exactly what went on in a meeting like that, so he filed a public records request. Here's what he found. White employees in Seattle were informed that their so-called white qualities were offensive and unacceptable. Those qualities included perfectionism, objectivity, and individualism. The employees were told to stop exhibiting these characteristics, and instead they were ordered to undertake, quote, the work of undoing your own whiteness. In order to achieve that, in order to erase the traits they were born with, white employees in Seattle were ordered to give up the following. They were ordered to give up comfort. They were ordered to give up spending time with their family. They were ordered to give up guaranteed physical safety, control over other people and the land, relationships with some other white people, niceties from neighbors and colleagues, and, quote, the certainty of your jobs. Prepare to be unemployed, pale employees of Seattle. Your skin color disgusts us. All of that actually happened in Seattle. Check out Chris Rufo's new piece in City Journal if you want more details on it. But again, atrocities like this aren't just happening in Seattle, they're happening everywhere. Some will almost certainly happen in your kid's school this fall. No one will ask your permission before they do it. They'll just attack your children for how they were born. The people doing the attacking, by the way, would tell you with a straight face how opposed they are to gay conversion therapy because, of course, it's immoral to try to change people's intrinsic qualities. They wouldn't see the irony in that. More likely, they don't care about irony. This isn't about principles. It's about hate, humiliation, and power. It is about hurting people. It always is. Telling people they're inferior because of their skin color was wrong when it happened 60 years ago in Alabama. It is every bit as wrong when it happens today in Seattle, or at Yale, or Google headquarters, or at your kid's elementary school. Attacking people on the basis of their race is a sin. There is nothing worse for a country. They can try to disguise it with Orwellian terms like anti-racism, but this is the purest kind of race hate. It will destroy America faster than anything else. Don't put up with it. Resist. Speak out. Fight back. This is totally wrong. Until you stand up, it will continue.